Port. Coming up in this edition, oil marketing companies start adjusting fuel prices downwards as GOIL drops prices of diesel and petrol by 34 pesos per litre, and Ghana Revenue Authority to prosecute 93 businesses for not issuing VAT invoices after it conducted a mystery shopping. We will tell you more as the team storms some shops at the departure terminal of the Kotoka International Airport. Also in this bulletin, Institute of Economic Affairs calls for a debt to GDP ceiling of 60% to prevent the economy from getting into distress. We've got details of these and many more shortly. Grateful for your company. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Fuel prices have started going down at the pumps in line with a fortnight review of prices of petroleum products. Oil marketing company GOIL has taken the lead, cutting prices of petrol and diesel at the pumps today, May 16. There is more in this report.
The largest indigenous oil company, GOIL, is selling a litre of petrol at 12 cedis 30 pesos from the previous price of 12 cedis 64 pesos. It is also selling diesel at 12 cedis 30 pesos compared to the previous price of 12 cedis 64 pesos sold on the 1st of May 2023. By this, GOIL has reduced the prices of petrol and diesel by about 34 pesos. It is expected that other oil marketing companies will follow suit by slashing prices of petroleum products by close of day today, May 16. The reduction in prices of petroleum prices has been attributed to reduction in finished petroleum products on the international market, as well as the stability of the city. Crude oil prices hovered around $75 a barrel in the last fortnight. As of Tuesday morning, WTI was trading at $71.47 a barrel, whilst Brent crude tumbled to $75.65 a barrel.
A Business Desk reports. Now, the enforcement unit of the Ghana Revenue Authority is on the move to prosecute some 93 shops and business owners for failing to issue VAT invoices for goods sold. The exercise is expected to help the GRA mobilize revenue for the state, as well as aiding in meeting its revenue target. Here is Commissioner in charge of Domestic Tax Division at the GRA, Edward Jamra, addressing the media before an exercise to arrest culprits began.
And surprisingly, we are still seeing a huge number of evasion. Out of 115 taxpayers that we conducted the mystery shopping, we realized about 93 of these taxpayers, which work up to about 81%, are still not complying with the VAT invoicing issue. And let me say that it is an offense for a registered taxpayer to fail to issue VAT invoice for purchases that are made, and also for customers who also patronize this product. It is also an offense if you purchase and you fail to obtain required invoice.
Edward Jamra is the Commissioner in charge of Domestic Tax Division at the GRA. More on revenue matters. The Ghana Revenue Authority has been urged to develop unique techniques to ensure tax compliance by the informal sector to prevent a reoccurrence of the current economic crisis. Speaking on the site of a public financial management seminar, managing partner of Trust Consult, Charles Mensah, also urged the public to play their role as citizens by religiously filing their taxes.
To prevent it is making sure that the financial reports, whatever findings are in there, are implemented to the latter. I think there should be commitment across board. I think we should also look at what we call the public good. The public good here means that, look, the service that we are all enjoying has to be funded. Donor funding will not help us. What we need is our own way of funding it, which is taxes. People should learn to pay taxes. People should learn to collect receipts. People don't know that every April ending for the following year, you must file and pay your tax returns. Here, their cousins abroad, they file it religiously. Here, unless the person needs a service that they require, that go and bring tax clearance certificate before you file the tax return. We should have a situation where we have cars going to the market to help the market women complete the tax returns. Maybe involve some informal sector, just like we had the blue police. Maybe similar ones should be not to stop, but then to go to the market and interact with the market women and help them complete their simple one-page tax returns.
Charles Mensah is managing partner of Trust Consult. Now, the Institute of Economic Affairs wants a debt to GDP ceiling of 60% to prevent the economy from getting into distress. This, the Institute believes, is to ensure a prudent fiscal management of the economy. According to the Director of Research, Dr. John Kwache, the ceiling should be varied only when an approval by Parliament and for reasons of unanticipated economic shocks. He was speaking to some civil society organizations.
Fiscal management, scaling down the 5% fiscal deficit ceiling to 3% and enforcing it, imposing a debt limit of 60% of GDP. We will follow this in and make sure that some legislation is passed to this effect. We can't allow any finance minister to take us to 100% and come back and do domestic debt exchange and seize pensioners' funds and say, oh, please join us. We should do this. Impose it on them. So we need to come up with legislation to do this.
Dr. John Kwache is the Director of Research at the Institute of Economic Affairs. Partner in charge of advisory at Deloitte Ghana, Yao Lati, says the International Monetary Fund support program will force Ghana to be disciplined in its financial and economic management. According to him, failure by the country to meet its target throughout the entire period of the Novel program will truncate the disbursement to shore up the country's balance of payment support. This will impact negatively on the economy. Speaking to Joy Business, Mr. Lati said Ghana must up its game to ensure a successful program.
In principle, IMF tranches are linked to you achieving the benchmark that has been agreed. And the benchmark that has been agreed centers on the president of the institute mentioned commitment to reform by the government of Ghana and also our debt sustainability targets. If you are not working to these measures or matrix, debt sustainability targets, commitment to economic reforms, and the macroeconomic target, if you are not reaching those targets, you will not get the disbursement. So I think this is going to force us to keep to certain targets towards fiscal consolidation, reducing our debt GDP ratio to 55% as has been discussed.
Yao Lati is partner in charge of advisory at Deloitte Ghana. More on the economy, and the managing director of GOIL Bank, Philip Oredu, has stated that although the debt exchange program has had an impact on the financial sector, the bank remains resilient and robust as they take key steps to improve profitability. His comment is coming at a time some analysts are predicting about 9 banks could be insolvent from the impact of the domestic debt exchange program on the operations. Speaking on the executive lounge on Joy News, Mr. Oredu said they will ensure the bank is well positioned to continue its growth trajectory.
This program has obviously impacted the whole financial services sector, including banks. And GOIL Bank operations still remain very resilient. Within the confines of regulation, we meet all our requirements as prescribed by regulation. And the future definitely looks bright for GOIL Bank. Whatever we need to do within the challenges that we have to make sure that we propel our business and get back to the levels we were at and even beyond that. The management and board would ensure that that is done to make sure that the bank still moves into the future.
Managing Director of GOIL Bank, Philip Oredu. Now, for your Money Tip on Money Lab, let's now hear from Kofi Pole, Chief Operations Officer of People's Pension Trust, as he throws more light on the 2 types of pensions.
Hello, welcome to Money Lab. My name is Kofi Pole, Chief Operations Officer of People's Pension Trusts. We are continuing our tidbits of pension on Money Lab. In our last episode, we looked at how pension works. Today, we are going to look at the 2 basic types of pensions. One is what we call the defined benefit scheme. With the defined benefit scheme, there is a formula to calculate pensions for members. The key parameters in the formula are the frequency of your contribution. That if it's monthly, how many months are you contributing per month? Then we also look at your salary, the salary that's contributed. These are the two parameters we use in calculating your pension in terms of old age retirement. Thank you once again for being with us on Money Lab. Hope to see you in our next episode.
And that's all for the Joy Business Report. Follow us on all our social media pages, including LinkedIn. Every day people face different emergencies. Police emergency, fire emergency, medical emergency, you name it. But many Ghanaians don't know their emergency numbers. Well, here's one you'd want to remember. Star 770 hash. Yes, star 770 hash is the new EcoBank Money emergency number. Star 770 hash gives you instant access to loans, fund transfers, utility payments, airtime, and data purchases, and so much more, even without data. So there's no need to panic when you find yourself in any money emergency. EcoBank will always come to your rescue. Dial star 770 hash now for solutions to your money emergencies. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Sammy Forsen is next with Ignition. Do enjoy. I am Pius Kojo Baka. Always a pleasure serving you.